on Quitting Alcohol with comedian David Boyle, and it's another Friday, fucked up Friday. We are getting close to motherfucking Christmas. We are getting close to your 2 weeks off a year. We're almost there. We're almost ready. Spend $38,000 to go snorkeling in Fiji for 2 weeks. Get a tan, and then come back and work for another 50 fucking weeks. A friend of mine the other day told me they've banned tubing in Laos. No one sent in a story this week, so I'll tell you my tubing story. Okay. So tubing, basically, you would go to Laos, Laos, in Southeast Asia. You would go to Vang Vieng, and this little town was just a drug, drink, alcohol fucking haven. And everyone would go there just to go tubing. And what tubing is basically you get as drunk as you possibly can. You take any drug you can possibly think of. And then you get on an inflatable donut and float down the river and try not to die. And a lot of people didn't do the last bit. A lot of people fucking died. That's why they had to ban it. I looked it up once, my friend told me. They fucking banned it because like 7 Australians died in like a week. So you would get hammered, float down this river, and there's just bars all down this river. And it wasn't a super cruisy river as well. Like parts of it were slow, but other parts it was like fucking whitewater rapids. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that 4th tab of acid. But it was sweet. You would just float down, stop at a bar, do some shots, have a beer, maybe do a backflip off a bridge onto rocks, break a couple of bones, and then just keep on tubing down the river. I did it, and I remember at the time thinking tubing is whatever, but in hindsight it was pretty fucking fun. Now that it's banned, it was fucking sweet. But my tubing experience really kicked off once the tubing was finished. So I floated down the river all day, and it was getting to nighttime, and you want to be out of that fucking river by nighttime, otherwise you probably will die. I was completely fucked up. So I went to one of these drug cafes to keep drinking with some of the people I met tubing along the way. So we get to this cafe. On the menu is just anything you want, like mushroom pizzas, opium fucking hot dogs, anything. I think I was 20 at the time, 20, 21, something around there. I was fuck all. I was young and dumb. So I'm sitting at the cafe with my tubing buddies, and I'm like, fuck it. I might get an opium tea. Do you reckon I should try an opium tea? I mean, I've been drinking straight vodka since 9 a.m. Do you reckon opium will help us out now? Especially it's my first time trying opium. Do you reckon I should do it? Everyone was like, yeah, try it. It's a good idea. Opium's sweet. Yeah, go for it. So I'm like, yeah, alright. I'll have a fucking opium tea. They're like, how do you want it? I'm like, fucking strong. That's how I like my opium tea. I love my opium tea strong. So the opium tea comes out. I just start sipping at it, and nothing's fucking happening at all. I finish the tea, and then I just sit there for half an hour just going, this is fucking bullshit. Fucking opium tea. Did they even put any opium in the fucking tea? And then about 30 seconds after I thought that, I was like, oh, God, I can fucking feel it now. And I had this fucking violent urge to vomit. So I'm like, all right, I need to get the fuck out of here. And then it all sort of goes black. There's a very, very long period of black that I can't remember anything. Then cut to my next memory is me waking up in my bed in the guest house that I was actually staying at by some miracle. I'm like, fuck. I can't remember a goddamn fucking thing, but I made it back. Then I sat up and my room looked like the fucking room from Hangover. Everything was fucking trashed. My clothes were everywhere. There was fucking spew everywhere. It was fucking chaos. Then I stumbled into the toilet. My fucking toilet was smashed. I'm like, it wasn't smashed yesterday, so I must have done some smashing last night. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, now I've got to deal with this smashed toilet. they're going to try and fucking rip me off. They're going to say it's like fucking $900 to replace. So I'm like, fucking hell. This is a nightmare. I know what to do. Go back to sleep. Ignore it. So I go back to sleep for a little while. Then I get a bang on the door. Some lady is yelling out. I'm like, no, go away. I'm fucking sleeping. Then 5 minutes later, another fucking bang on the door. And this lady's voice yelling out. I'm like, fucking, I'm sleeping. Leave me alone. She went away. 5 minutes later, knock again. Same thing. I'm like, fuck off. And she came back again. Knocking. I'm like, all right, for fuck's sake. So I go to the door. And I open this door. And there's like this 70-year-old lady with like no teeth. And I'm like, oh, this is obviously just the cleaning lady. She just wants to clean my room. I'm like, nah, it's all good. I don't need my room cleaned. And she's like saying, no, I'll come in. It's cool. And I'm like, what? No, I don't want. She's like, no, I'll come in. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's going on here? Just come back later. She's like forcing her way in. I'm like, fuck, Jesus Christ. You're so desperate to fucking clean this room, all right? Come in and clean. And she was real old, real wrinkly, and no teeth. And so I let her in, and I just jumped back on the bed, kicked back, and just closed my eyes and just go, what the fuck am I going to do? And the next thing I know, I have a 70-year-old loud lady with no teeth on top of me trying to fucking kiss me and grab my dick. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She couldn't speak any English, but she was making some gestures and some hand movements. And as best as I could work out, she was trying to say, let's continue what we were doing last night. I'm like, what the fuck were we doing last night? I'm talking real old here. I'm not talking a 50-year-old that looks kind of old. I'm talking about, you know, when you see a documentary and you see that old lady with the stick on her shoulders and the two buckets, like one bucket on each end. I'm talking that lady. And so she's going for my zip in her sign language going, come on, we did it last night. And I'm like, oh my God, we didn't, did we? Did we? I can't remember anything. I cannot remember a fucking thing. And then I'm like, no, I can't, I don't want to, no, stop. And she's like, no, come on, let's do it. I'm like, no, I can't. She's like, come on. I'm like, no, and she's like, remember? And then she made me stand up, and she took me into my shower, which was the bathroom. She's like, remember? And she pointed at the toilet, and the toilet was broken. I'm like, I don't remember any of this shit. No, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember any of this. Please. And so I made her leave. And then I went back on the bed, and I'm like, something happened last night with this 70-year-old lady. And I really, really went back into those dark crevices of my mind. And I think I had one flash of a memory of being in the shower with my Lao princess. Anyway, that's it. That's my tubing story. Now, what you need to do is you need to add me on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And send in some fucking stories to me. Send in some stories so I can read them out on a Friday. So I don't have to fucking keep embarrassing myself with these fucking goddamn stories. And if you're enjoying the podcast, go give it a rate, a review, and a subscribe. And, stay tight, guys. Have a good one. See ya.